Game Theory 101. How to understand game theory in your everyday life. Throughout your lifetime, you've probably come across game theory occasionally. Maybe you had a teacher who used examples like prisoner's dilemmas and the prisoner's dilemma to teach you about different social interactions. Or maybe you had friends in high school who would regularly talk about something called social nudging or thought experiments. Whatever the case may be, it is quite likely that you have come across game theory at some point in your life. The reason for this is that game theory has become increasingly common as people have been more exposed to the concept of game theory and as game theory has continued to expand as a field of study over time. Moreover, game theory has also been more widely adopted within certain fields as well. For example, many economic models include aspects of game theory, and many studies on businesses use game-like language when talking about their strategies and operations. What is game theory? Developed out of the mathematical field of strategic game theory aims to better understand human behavior in social settings. It is based on the assumption that people make decisions based on the outcomes they expect to receive when they make those decisions. For example, if someone from an important social group like the government or a team of management employees were to make a decision based on the outcomes they expect to receive from that decision, then that decision would be considered social. The field of game theory has developed a variety of methods and tools for analyzing different types of social situations. In other words, game theory can be used to analyze not only social situations, but also situations that involve competition. For example, game theory can be used to analyze competitive situations like a fantasy sports league with multiple participants or a business in which multiple suppliers vie for a product that a business produces. Examples of games in everyday life? The prisoner's dilemma is perhaps one of the most famous examples of a game theory in action. In this scenario, two individuals are arrested and jailed for a crime. Each one agrees to testify against the other individual in exchange for a reduced sentence. The problem is that both individuals know that they can't trust each other, so neither of them will agree to testify in exchange for a reduced sentence. As a result, both individuals get a long sentence and are unhappy with the situation. What if instead of just two individuals, this scenario was being used to make a decision that affected thousands or millions of people? The next example shows how game theory can be used to analyze the consequences of a certain action. Imagine that you work in a government department that has a policy of randomly selecting a number of people to receive a tax refund. One day, you are selected to receive the refund. Now let's say you are married with two children, who are both very young. You also happen to be an amateur baseball coach. Unfortunately, your team is horrible this year and is in last place in the league. There is a single game left in the season, and your team doesn't stand a chance of winning. What is the best course of action for you? Using game theory in math and economics. Game theory has been adopted by both the mathematical and business fields in order to analyze the outcomes of various actions. On the mathematical side, game theory has been used to study decision-making in various fields, including economics and biology. For example, in economics, game theory has been used to study market behavior and the decisions that businesses make. For example, a business may have multiple products that it produces as well as customers who buy those products. In these situations, a business may find that it is better off not producing a certain product. For example, a business may find that it is better off not producing a certain type of shirt because it does not sell very well. In this case, the business would produce other types of shirts that are more popular with consumers. However, a certain group of customers of a non-producing business would be left without a shirt to wear. Conclusion. As you have seen in this video, game theory has become more common as people have come to understand the concept, and as the field of study has expanded over time. Furthermore, game theory has also been more widely adopted within certain fields. For example, many economic models include aspects of game theory, and many studies on businesses use game-like language when talking about their strategies and operations. The game theory concept is quite useful for improving your decision-making across many fields of study.